John Elway is a name that resonates deeply with football fans everywhere, but how much do you really know about his incredible journey, marked by triumphs, heartaches, and ultimately redemption? Picture this: a young quarterback facing immense pressure, grappling with crushing defeats, only to emerge as a two-time Super Bowl champion and a Hall of Famer. What lessons can we draw from his transformation? An athlete who went from being dubbed the greatest player never to win a title to cementing his legacy as one of the NFL's all-time greats. Buckle up, because as we dive into the twists and turns of Elway's career, you might just discover some shocking truths that go beyond the mere stats, revealing what truly makes a sports legend. John Elway's journey to becoming a football legend didn't just appear out of nowhere. It began in Granada Hills, California, shaped by a series of pivotal moments in his childhood. Raised in a family deeply entrenched in sports, his father, Jack, was a well-respected college football coach. Young Elway was groomed for greatness from an early age. Moving frequently across towns as his father pursued coaching opportunities made it tough to settle down. Yet he thrived in this chaos. At Granada Hills High School, Elway showcased his immense talent across multiple sports, excelling in football and baseball. His natural athleticism stood out, but it was the guidance of his high school football coach that altered his path dramatically. Seeing something special in Elway, his coach pushed him toward the quarterback position. This decision would unlock his potential and lead him on a path of glory, a choice that proved vital when he led his team to the city championship, quickly becoming a local hero. Despite his incredible skills on the field, convincing others wasn't easy. Some doubted his long-term commitment to football, speculating that his love for baseball could steer him away from the gridiron entirely. Yet, fueled by ambition and a desire to make his mark, Elway committed himself to football while balancing the pressures of academics and athletics. By the time he graduated high school, colleges lined up for a chance to recruit him, but it was Stanford University that caught his eye, an institution known not only for its rich academic programs, but also for its strong football program. Little did he know, this was just the beginning of a journey that would carve his name into the annals of NFL history. And from here, Elway would transition to the collegiate level, where his true magic would begin to unfurl. But we'll get to that in just a moment. As John Elway stepped onto the campus of Stanford University, he was not just another promising athlete. He was poised to become a legend. Excelling in both baseball and football, Elway quickly made his mark under the bright lights of college athletics. His strong arm and charismatic presence on the field turned heads, leading to record-breaking performances that etched his name in Stanford's history books. The football program saw a resurgence, largely thanks to Elway's leadership and talent. He became a dual-threat quarterback, showcasing not only a powerful passing game but also remarkable athleticism that allowed him to evade defenders and make incredible plays on the run. Fans couldn't get enough of his spectacular passing and trick plays. With every game, he captivated the crowd and left opposing teams scrambling, wondering how to contain his talent. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. Behind the scenes, Elway faced the weight of expectations and the pressure to perform. His fierce determination meant that anything less than excellence felt unacceptable. Late-night study sessions mingled with hours of practice as he worked relentlessly to improve. Elway wasn't just playing for the thrill. He was on a mission to prove that he was destined for greatness. That mission led him to the Rose Bowl in 1982, where he delivered a performance that stunned the nation. With a combination of poise and flair, he led the Stanford Cardinal against the University of Michigan, showcasing his ability to rise under pressure. Although Stanford fell short in the game, Elway's star power shone brighter than ever. Speculation about his future in the NFL became rampant, with scouts and analysts eagerly anticipating his next move. Furthermore, Elway's college career was not just about individual accolades. He played through tough losses and setbacks, demonstrating resilience that would later define his professional career. The roller coaster ride of college football taught him valuable lessons about perseverance, a quality that he would carry into the challenges of the NFL. Ultimately, Elway's decision to leave college football early and enter the NFL draft was marked by uncertainty. While he had established himself as one of the top prospects, the future still loomed dark and unpredictable. His college days, however, had armed him with the tools he needed to battle adversity head-on, raising the stakes for his professional future. Stanford was not just a stepping stone. It was the crucible where Elway's talent was honed. As he prepared to make the leap into the NFL, one thing was clear. John Elway was ready for whatever challenges awaited him, and a legacy was just beginning to unfold. When John Elway was drafted as the #1 pick in the 1983 NFL Draft, the excitement was palpable. The Baltimore Colts were poised to welcome him as their franchise quarterback, but Elway had other ideas. His heart wasn't set on Baltimore. Instead, he was vocal about his desire to play for a different team. The Colts, hoping to have a marquee talent leading their offense, found themselves in a tug-of-war with a determined rookie. Elway, fueled by a fierce competitive spirit and an unwillingness to play for a team he didn't believe in, made it clear that if the Colts picked him, he would choose to play baseball instead. This bold stance shook the league. With the pressure mounting, the Colts faced a difficult decision. Ultimately, their stubbornness backfired when they refused to consider trading Elway. In a dramatic turn of events, the Denver Broncos emerged as the benefactors of this high-stakes negotiation. The Colts traded Elway to the Broncos, where he would finally don the orange and blue and begin his storied NFL career. This trade was not just a stroke of luck for Elway. It turned out to be a pivotal moment for both him and the Broncos. With this unexpected fresh start in Denver, Elway was ready to show the world what he could do. But the pressure of fulfilling the extraordinary expectations placed on him was just beginning. Would he rise to the occasion? Or would the turmoil of his entry into the NFL haunt him throughout his career? In his rookie year with the Denver Broncos, John Elway quickly learned that the NFL was a different beast from college football. Expectations were sky-high, yet he faced a tough initiation that many young quarterbacks would dread. In a league that demanded precision and quick thinking, Elway's initial struggles were palpable. He completed just 47.5% of his passes, and the weight of every missed throw and interception hung over him like a dark cloud. Fans were restless, and critics were eager to point out his flaws. Many began to wonder if Elway was simply a college star who couldn't translate that success to the professional level. Adding to the pressure was the shadow of his own talent. The expectations stemming from his storied high school and college career felt miles away now. Each game was a learning experience, yet they often ended with heartbreak. The struggles weren't just in the numbers. They manifested in moments of visible frustration on the field. He dealt with defensive schemes that confused him, a lack of support from a struggling offensive line, and an inconsistent running game that added to the upheaval. For a player used to dominating the competition, this was a humbling experience. Yet, each setback became a critical lesson, and Elway's determination started to shine through despite the growing doubts. And those doubts? They were about to get louder. Some began to question if he had what it took to lead a team, and whispers about his potential started to circulate. But that very pressure would pave the way for a transformative journey as Elway began to turn things around. What was coming next would set the stage for a remarkable comeback. In 1987, John Elway captivated fans with a moment that would be etched in football lore forever: the drive. It was an icy January evening in Cleveland, where Elway faced a daunting 98 yards with just over 5 minutes left on the clock and his team trailing the notorious Browns. As the clock ticked away, Elway led his team down the field with a mixture of poise and bravado that seemed almost supernatural. With every pass, he showcased not just his arm strength, but a mental fortitude that made it clear he was destined for greatness. Fans watched in disbelief as he orchestrated a masterful series of plays, completing key passes under immense pressure. Finally, Elway connected with Mark Jackson for a touchdown that capped off a remarkable 15-play drive. It was a comeback that sent shockwaves through the NFL and ignited a fervent belief in his abilities. Yet, despite the drive, victory was still just out of reach. The Broncos would go on to lose in the Super Bowl that year. However, this moment transformed Elway from a mere talented quarterback into a beacon of hope for his team and an icon for football fans everywhere. And this wasn't the last time he would manage to pull a rabbit out of the hat. Despite his stellar performances throughout the late 80s, the Super Bowl remained an elusive prize for John Elway. After leading the Broncos to 3 Super Bowl appearances in just a span of 4 years, the pressure intensified. The second Super Bowl clash in 1989 against the San Francisco 49ers was especially painful, as Elway and his squad faced a dominant opponent. The game ended in a staggering 55-10 defeat, leaving fans and analysts wondering if Elway could ever taste victory on the biggest stage. The third Super Bowl appearance in 1990 offered Elway redemption, but instead served up another crushing blow. The Broncos battled the New York Giants but couldn't find their rhythm, falling short once again. Each loss tainted Elway's otherwise extraordinary career, amplifying whispers that he might become the greatest quarterback to never win a championship. But Elway's indomitable spirit shone through. He refused to be defined by these near misses. After enduring crushing defeats and constant scrutiny, he internalized the lessons learned, effectively transforming the pain of loss into his driving force. The quest for that elusive ring became not just a personal ambition, but a mission that fueled his return to the field, setting the stage for an incredible comeback that was just around the corner. The heartbreak only sharpened his resolve, proving that sometimes it's not just about making it to the top, but rather how steadfastly you pursue it, regardless of the obstacles in your path. As Elway continued to refine his gameplay, fans could sense that his defining moment was fast approaching. Discuss the challenges faced by the Broncos and Elway leading into the 1997 season, including previous Super Bowl losses. Highlight key additions to the team, including the hiring of coach Mike Shanahan and strategic changes that revitalized the Broncos. Overview of the regular season performance, emphasizing Elway's leadership and pivotal games that showcased his skill and resilience. Detail the playoff path, including crucial wins leading to the Super Bowl, showcasing Elway's standout performances and moments that defined those games. Build anticipation for the showdown against the Green Bay Packers, focusing on the narrative leading into the game, the significance of the matchup, and initial doubts. Describe the key moments during the game, especially Elway's iconic helicopter run and his leadership in rallying the team. Discuss the aftermath of the Super Bowl win, celebrating Elway's triumph and the emotional release after years of being a loser in the big game. Reflect on how this comeback solidified Elway's status as one of the greatest quarterbacks, inspiring future generations and reshaping his narrative in sports history. As we reflect on Elway's remarkable career, one thing is clear. He transformed from a struggling rookie into an NFL legend, bridging the gap between eras of football and creating a legacy that will be celebrated long after his final pass.